What if the perfect boarding school you chose for your child held a dark secret so sinister that uncovering it meant risking everything? On a rainy evening in the bustling city of Lagos, Nigeria, the Adekunle family sat around their dining table, grappling with a difficult decision. Both husband and wife, Femi and Tola, had demanding careers. Femi was a highly respected surgeon, often on call for emergencies, while Tola was a successful business executive whose job required frequent travel. Their 12-year-old daughter, Zara, was bright, curious, and full of potential, but the couple's hectic schedules made it increasingly difficult to provide her with the attention and care she needed. Femi, we have to do something. Zara's grades are slipping and she's so lonely. We can't continue like this, Tola said, her voice tinged with worry. I know, Tola. I've been thinking about it too. What if we enroll her in a boarding school? She'll get the attention and support she needs, and will still be able to visit her regularly, Femi suggested. Tola sighed, conflicted. But not just any school. It has to be the best, somewhere she can thrive and be happy. After extensive research, they stumbled upon a prestigious but mysterious boarding school called the Harmonia Institute. It was renowned for its exceptional academic results and holistic approach to education, yet very little was known about its inner workings. The school's website was sparse, and its alumni were tight-lipped about their experiences. Intrigued and desperate to find the best for their daughter, Femi and Tola decided to visit the school. As they drove through winding roads surrounded by dense forests, they felt a growing sense of unease. Finally, they arrived at the imposing gates of Harmonia Institute. The building was an architectural marvel, blending seamlessly with its natural surroundings. They were greeted by the headmaster, Dr. Adaobi Ez, a regal woman with an air of authority and warmth. She guided them through the campus, showcasing state-of-the-art facilities, lush gardens, and happy, engaged students. Despite the school's outward perfection, Femi and Tola couldn't shake the feeling that there was something unusual about the place. We're very selective about our students, Mr. and Mrs. Adekunle, Dr. Eze explained. We believe in nurturing each child's unique abilities and ensuring they reach their full potential. Zara would be a wonderful addition to our community. Reluctantly, but hopeful for their daughter's future, Femi and Tola enrolled Zara at the Harmonia Institute. On her first day, Zara felt a mix of excitement and trepidation. She was assigned to Dormitory E, a beautifully decorated building that looked more like a luxury hotel than a school dormitory. Her roommate Lila was a friendly girl with an infectious laugh, and they quickly became friends. However, Zara soon noticed peculiar things about the school. The students seemed unusually disciplined, and there were strange rules about where they could go and what they could do. Some areas of the campus were strictly off limits, guarded by stern-faced staff members. Zara's curiosity was piqued, but she was careful not to break any rules. One evening, as Zara and Lila prepared for bed, they heard faint melodic music coming from the forest beyond the dormitory. It was hauntingly beautiful, and Zara felt an inexplicable urge to follow it. "Do you hear that?" she whispered to Lila. Lila nodded, her eyes wide. "Yeah, I've heard it before. Some of the older students say it's just the wind, but it doesn't sound like wind to me." Unable to resist, Zara and Lila decided to investigate. They waited until everyone was asleep, then quietly slipped out of the dormitory and into the forest. The music grew louder and more enchanting as they ventured deeper into the woods. Suddenly they stumbled upon a hidden clearing illuminated by the moonlight. In the center of the clearing stood a circle of ancient stones, and within it a group of students swayed to the ethereal music, their eyes closed in a trance-like state. Leading them was Dr. Eze, her voice harmonizing with the music. Zara and Lila watched in awe, too mesmerized to move. Dr. Eze's eyes snapped open, and she looked directly at Zara and Lila. "What are you doing here?" she demanded, her voice cutting through the night air. Terrified, the girls tried to explain, but Dr. Ace's expression softened. "You've stumbled upon one of our most sacred traditions. This music connects us to the essence of harmonia, the spirit that guides our institute. It's not meant to be feared, but respected. Return to your dormitory and speak of this to no one." Zara and Lila hurried back, their minds racing with questions. The next day, everything seemed normal, but Zara couldn't forget what she'd seen. She began to notice other strange occurrences, students disappearing for hours, only to return with no memory of where they'd been, and odd symbols carved into the walls of certain buildings. Determined to uncover the truth, Zara and Lila decided to delve deeper into the mysteries of Harmonia Institute. They discovered a hidden library in the basement of the main building, filled with ancient books and manuscripts. One book in particular caught Zara's eye. It was a dusty, leather-bound tome titled The Chronicles of Harmonia. As they flipped through the pages, they learned about the school's origins. The institute was founded centuries ago by a group of scholars and mystics who believed in harnessing the power of harmony through music and nature. They practiced secret rituals to connect with the spirit of harmonia, which they believed granted them extraordinary abilities. Zara and Lila realized that the music they heard in the forest was part of these rituals. The spirit of harmonia was real, and it influenced every aspect of the school. The headmaster and staff were the guardians of this ancient secret, using its power to maintain the school's reputation and success. As the weeks passed, Zara and Lila grew closer, their bond strengthened by their shared secret. They excelled in their studies, motivated by the school's unique environment, but Zara couldn't shake the feeling that there was more to uncover. One night Zara had a vivid dream. She found herself standing in the ancient stone circle, surrounded by the founders of Harmonia. They spoke to her in hushed tones, revealing a hidden prophecy. According to the prophecy, a student would one day unlock the true potential of Harmonia and lead the institute into a new era of enlightenment. When Zara awoke, she felt a sense of destiny. She knew she had to embrace her role in the prophecy and uncover the full extent of Harmonia's secrets. With Lila by her side, she delved deeper into the school's history, determined to unlock the true potential of Harmonia Institute. But as they uncovered more secrets, Zara and Lila realized something terrifying. Students who discovered the truth about Harmonia Institute and its dark practices began to disappear. The school's reputation for excellence masked a sinister reality. It was a breeding ground for an evil community that sought to expand its influence worldwide. The students who graduated from Harmonia were not the same. They were highly successful, but their minds were warped, their ambitions twisted. The rituals and the spirit of Harmonia had changed them, turning them into loyal followers of an insidious cause. Fearful for their safety, Zara and Lila knew they had to act quickly. They couldn't expose the institute without risking their lives, but they couldn't let its dark influence spread any further. They devised a plan to gather evidence and find a way to stop the evil at its source. Zara and Lila knew their mission was dangerous, but they were determined to save their fellow students and stop Harmonia Institute's dark influence from spreading. They continued to investigate in secret, documenting everything they found. They also began reaching out to trusted students, carefully selecting those they believed could help them. One night, Zara and Lila decided to explore the tunnels beneath the school again. This time, they ventured deeper than before, following a map they had pieced together from various sources. The air grew colder and the passages more treacherous, but they pressed on. Eventually, they reached a hidden chamber. Inside, they found a room filled with strange artifacts and glowing symbols. In the center of the room was a large, ornate mirror. As they approached, the mirror began to shimmer, revealing a dark, swirling vortex. Before they could react, the headmaster, Dr. Eze, and Mr. Oba appeared behind them. "You've gone too far, Zara," Dr. Eze said, her voice cold and menacing. "You should have left well enough alone." Zara and Lila tried to run, but Mr. Oba blocked their path. "You should have obeyed the rules," he sneered. "Now you will join the others." Just as they were about to be captured, a group of students burst into the room, led by Zara and Lila's trusted friends. They had managed to rally a small resistance within the school and they were ready to fight back. A fierce battle ensued. The students used their knowledge of the school's secrets and the power of harmony to fight against Dr. Ida and her followers. Zara and Lila managed to shatter the mirror, causing the vortex to collapse and weakening the headmaster's power. In the end, Dr. Eze and Mr. Oba were defeated, and the dark influence of Harmonia was broken. The remaining loyalists were captured, and the school was liberated. The authorities were called, and the true nature of Harmonia Institute was exposed. To ensure that such evil could never take root again, the school was shut down, and the surviving students were offered support and guidance to help them overcome the dark influence that had been forced upon them. When Zara and Lila returned home, their families were overjoyed to see them safe. Femi and Tola embraced Zara tightly, vowing to never let her out of their sight again. Lila's parents were equally relieved, grateful for their daughter's bravery and strength. Zara and Lila's education continued, but now they were armed with a deeper understanding of the world and a commitment to protecting others from similar dangers. They knew their journey was far from over, but they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. In the aftermath, Zara and Lila were hailed as heroes. They had not only saved their friends, but had also prevented a global catastrophe. Their bond grew stronger, and they continued to fight for justice and truth. Years later, as they stood at the site of the former Harmonia Institute, now a memorial to those who had suffered, Zara and Lila reflected on their journey. They knew their mission was far from over, but they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. As they left the memorial, they noticed a group of familiar faces in the crowd, students who had graduated from Harmonia Institute. These former students, now adults, wore eerily similar smiles, their eyes glinting with a strange, unsettling light. Zara and Lila's blood ran cold as they realized that the battle against Harmonia's dark influence was not over. The evil had not been fully vanquished. It had merely gone underground, waiting for the right moment to strike again. The legacy of Harmonia Institute lived on, and the fight to protect the world from its insidious influence would continue. Zara and Lila knew they had to remain vigilant, for the true face of evil was always lurking, ready to resurface. If you like this story, please like, share, and subscribe.